It is a sika what is so by the medure. Meden and mado. Yes, I me bopper. Meden and men sika na ko bopper. Ama or more ado at the amami.
Ghana Casa.
Opening me that's so some seven. The chair, who some ho and an open said. May I branch here, my emergency doing would work your room. The chair doing who work your joint said, Tama, your papa for buying. No, my papa who says, say, queer Jumano, who here. Or the cade, mass training, a by Tonfidie, Emma queer for no, ever pan with you more for home, a more good summer after the cocoa Jumano, every Jinai. Iti ma ye die papa no machino obufiri ho no yeso ehun se etwa se ye den ye de ehun hyeku adwuma no enti kwa ne koso na aban ba ye fe na nakufu ado ene doctor mamu ba umia e ba ye no omoso de mass training no ene sa pruning ni na ye e be shame enti ma ehun se de ehun hyeku adwuma no ma e be boa ye enti e be boa ye abra ye beto abai aban a otiso yi e de na da bi ba se mabru no ye de ehun hyema or the cocoa scano, ever call 60 million, 80 scano. And my also the own shaves okay, yes, I need to say a 12 bunny tiana or bow this canavere, ever my. I made a wish a 2 tia bino. Ubaya, after Robert Coco the John. Now the Medina pass and say, well, ma, Doctor Mumber Baumia, any a kufa the one sign. A true media in ano, or one sign says, send it the no more yeno, no more boy you to any queer forno. You see a scan watch your first room, the same we say. Or the scan and Randiabi, scan over so ana. And I can't no matter what the devil, or was also judge at the more minana. It is as any idea how me pass it. Why ye Bruno sa? Your friend could you for your do not from JJ, oh, Kuma. Tell some customer to name us from Bois. Debbie, and then friends, and then I'll some quantum hotel Dronaby. Sir, friends, you will in group 1 to by now 1.5. Nipa wa go machine so ba bugusu machine ni na de asese ye friend penny focus on for mlen ya se ne no no ba se cha number ye hu enti de abani ye akuafo no ene ye mbaburu de ye hu ro omo ye ya pa ba wa akuadwuma nu because adro fa ma machine asese akura no mo ma ya mo ma ye fat kwa mo fa bi ma na se mo ba se mo bugu akuadwuma no ama ye mrante no so ye hu ro akuadwuma no ya bread ya ye so ye ntwema no sa no ma no mo ka se dollar no ye ni $20 me ni fredi kwa me hu dollar da. It's $1 $7 we transfer and a petrol sound so you took to Ghana corner almost so and kaye because we cook scam it and none of it tell them a kayano. It's a slab bano, San and Tison watches on a dear. Yes, sir, and then you try 1 fire you scam my idea. You never see who go up until any hook about 20 years because maybe 200 was a friend who sounds we did a petty year to Dumano. Fall away from Bogoso, and I'm there. I will do have. We did a page 20 years. You who are by our babbage, yet to cocoa, my son's of it, so that you will be that. And this about more form of the about my move. Oh, Tamako Ford was on, say, or a Kaluko name, Sika, Sao 31 million. Oko cement, which in the toss cement, Marco 10. It's a good what to say, a ratio was what to bet him there every ABB. Uma was school ma. Which me from what is kind of SN make us say me, but was boy. My friend said, Uniska, Macado Coco, Mineska, visited and buy the Apple school. Let me say, I want to if you try lighting. While Blanc go about no the car. I didn't know to come so far to go to light beno. And what you ever said, Chaban is also entire car. Let the people be so me fear said, or by the terminal. Minute. You can't talk. Now I will say, let be no babaji. Let's come and focus to let beno.
Ghana Casa.
Mama fa kwenye so na me mo bi ati nsentefo a mosia wo ha ene mkwabefo akuafo ayo ha me se obi a mo bi a happy Valentine's Day no kwase me se enye nnene da edikan a ye besra akuafo kokofo mo se ye ade avaze bia because ye to asi wo se chocolate day ni enim se chocolate no so koko mu ni free ntino activity a yɛtaye nti ɛnɛ yɛ bɛ na nya de foforo yɛmsi yɛ ba bɛ strasa yɛ papa me ma mekuafo no ne no matwetwe nkɔmmɔ ne ahwɛ sɛ deɛ ɛnɛma ɛkɔ ɔmo na ɔmo didi ɛne anya bi adi ɛnso ɛnɛ yɛ baayɛ no in fact ɛnya ho kasɛm ɛnya nigisɛm tradition na de bia yɛ baayɛ bɛto ɔmo bi ɔkɔ ayitim ba bɛbɔ apesie wɔ efuo no mu edi ɛkɔ yɛbɛkɔ ne yɛ ni agye ɛnɛ yɛ baayɛ yɛ papa ne ma mekuafo nyinaa abufuo ɛwom awerɛhoɔ ɛwom ɔmo ni anigye mu ase ne sɛn sɛ nano yɛtwɛn sɛ Ghana ban ɛbɛka koko asɛm na jam papa ne maame no ɔmo fifiri a ɔmo ateɛ na ekua a ɔmo yɛ no ɔmo nya so mfa so bi na papa bi aba so ama ɔmo no ɔmo da nyane yɛ a ɔmo mpanin na pamfoɔ se yate koko so ɛwɔ Ghana yante so kakra bi so yate so sɛ hwi ama sɛ me maame ne papa no ɔmo nyinaa nso no egugye abusua ebi akɔfa apaafo akoto nura bɔ ɔmo kadada a ɔmo asese ɔmo mfa so a ɔmo nim sɛ ɔmo benya at the end of the year ɛno mo da sɔre anopa aban sɛ wate so ɛno na de awerɛhosɛm aba ha no pɛyi ɛno ɛna de apinisie aba ha no pɛyi a ama unnecessary saa dwumadi a yɛdi me yɛ sure sɛ mo no mo bedi nkɔmmɔ sɛ mo no mo ni nkɔmmɔ dada a akuafo no wura ho na I'm throwing a message to the president. Them throwing the message through the finance minister. You would have to forcing. Or no di campaign, then you say, work is here. The Saya and one be brace or no as the Samba Betico. One fans movie. Or no, go back, let's go who see. Or no saying you could draw. I said, work your phone and Mutia. As I'm a catcher was what's it was. Na some person bisa Ghana by say e Ghana abaton ni koko wo so no anyambia se Ghana na Cote d'Ivoire abaton ni koko wo so ana se Ghana dia then at least omuntimi ma hwe kwa dia Cote d'Ivoire abaton ni koko no ye ma Ghana kura for sika na because any side na say ya sedda e wo yemu aye say ye bebu ye papa ne na ma ma kura for no kwasia because all the cocoa if Ghana cotton German so na Cote d'Ivoire ni so the every ho cotton German so no no timi mabo papa say Ghana ni dia yes as you have purposefully decided in your heart to rip them off it mesre me mama ekuani me papa ekuani me am wafo no bi na so ye mi say fo no ye wa ya na ye ne bade fo na ye adwuma sa we fa bade no fa bade ba ko 120 cities a day formally a buying spray in the man over microphone and it has depreciated anyhow cocoa farmer na bonica akatia for cocoa ni na ya ko basa aka we nyina wie na sori anopa na ya si ati cocoa no se hwi a anya sa ban ya na mehu sa so mampende na kufo ado ni abadaye ya so mampende na kufo ni ti modern ya so mampende na kufo ado oni makrafo yem kom yet no an say na me efri hin na ba ye the next your papa name make for no man say hubi no mujidie ne say o mo go pay 6,000 o be share your boss no mujidie so o mo go pay 6,000 and na buy 3,001 na do buy ejai no puno o se won timi ntua basati so 6,001 no bibi since the year 2021 this is the first time Ghana cocoa yate so this is the first time Ghana cocoa yate so ya nte so kakapre and now Ukraine ekoton one bag now he's losing over 1,000 cities Omampani Mahama yes rew and Kwabre for su say sa na monto na moto ni de sa fa emergency cabinet meeting na mo sa visit sa message me da siminia over the years Kwabre East nananom opinion leaders any asofo mpanifo ne mpanifo aka bi ewo mo mamu hold the constituency ya say Galamseyers ebi maha we done very well and yes ye go do Kwabre ha o ye wo bi pa nanso ye nim nsunsuanso Galamseyers ni de ba ye ba fo mo nso wudo bebre ani kama ye nim nsunsuanso eti ya holy say be ye bi makrum a nanso tie ye na mamakru afi asemo mo kan ya o mahu say Omampani Mahama prioritizing Galamseyers cocoa to almost equity. It almost the move for no equity. You go so much out. Sir, Ofa wants the before. Bebuku. You could do Mampani number 80. Abese Kwabre assassin in Suansua. You go no Mokasa. Nambom Kasa no Encoso be a secret. That's what Panapa no near Obakutu. It is Mesremo. Galamseyers the Kwabre Kiempo. Naso na kwa foni nyina asma mo ka kire me ne se omoso beto mo kokofo no no mo da kwa Galamseyers ni bi because san se o mampani ama o maku se we Galamseyers na wonya sika ase kokofo no ampa nokore e se dia ba no yes e krafo no ne esra ban yes mampani he should rescind the decision no mo san kodem wo de so wuntimi ntum mpagya nkosoro a ba bia kodivu aban dina no onfanyina honna we are not asking for too much. Once I want government bie no menya so sa aban wo boka Ghana banks be pai bi because Ghana ni kodivu ade ye niema economy ye bia almost the same
ebia no moti so da ba insurance
na yende dey na we insure famisi kama no wo ni akuafo mo te da ye insurance bia ma omo mabrabo eti yesre se insurance ta ba ya onye mfam pi wo mo so onti omo mu sika emfa nko ye insurance fa mre wo mo ekro no bo
mampani ye bi mu dwa
Ghana kasa
much let me take opportunity to say a good morning to everybody, the press, and all the constituents, the community. This is not new. It's something that we do periodically, especially on every 14th of February, because it's Val's Day. We have dubbed it a chocolate day, and we know chocolate is as a result of the cocoa that we produce. So this is an annual visit that we do. Usually when we come, it's a fun-filled activity. Sometimes we stay in the farm the whole day, we cook, we eat, we play, we do all sorts of things. Unfortunately, the story is different today. We got here, we realized that the farmers themselves are so demoralized, the farmers themselves are so disappointed, the farmers themselves are so sad. Why? Because they got up from the bed recently, only to the news that the price of their produce have been reduced by the government of the day. Previously, some of them have actually sold beans to the states and they've not actually been paid. They are waiting for their money. Whilst waiting for their money, you got a bigger surprise of your life. The price has been reduced. They are so demoralized and they are so disappointed. So the fun that we usually have in the farms today, we are unable to have it. So we're being compelled to invite the media and speak to the media about this occurrence. We are by this pleading to the president and his government, especially the finance minister, who is actually responsible for this sector, who actually during the campaign came out boldly to profess a certain price that they were going to give to the cocoa farmer. Granted, you have power now. Unfortunately, you are unable to pay that price. Worse off, maintain what you have. Now we have even come to further reduce it lower. The same pricing that you castigated and criticized the previous government for, now you are falling below. We think this is a ripoff. It's an act of stealing that should not be entertained. Recently, it's all over the news that Cocoa Board has been able boldly to purchase over 100 vehicles at the expense of the poor farmer. The farmer we are unable to pay, now we're able to purchase all these items. It is all over in the news that Cocoa Board is now going to be a headline sponsor of the Ghanaian Premier League. What does Cocoa Board benefit from sponsoring the Premier League at the expense of the ordinary farmer? These are questions that we think the farmers need answers to. What does Cocoa Board benefit from flying spectators to America to go and watch World Cup at the expense of the poor farmer? Let's satisfy the farmers first. If you are able to satisfy them and there's access to do those things, we are not against those things. But you don't do that at the expense of the sweats and toil and labor of our farmers. So we are pleading to His Excellency the President that they should reconvene the cabinet meeting again and really look at this whole issue again. Worst case scenario, I've said it, the Ivorian government also sell the cocoa on the same market the Ghanaian government sell the cocoa. Okay. They don't operate in different markets. They operate in the same markets. We are pleading. Worst case scenario, let's pledge our price to that of Côte d'Ivoire.
Simple.
Apart from the common sense in it, it will also reduce smuggling. What government has done now, he is telling the farmer to transport his cocoa to Ivory Coast to go and sell. Every rational being who wants more money will do that. So, Mr. President, Your Excellency, this is a plea that look at the plight of our farmers, our mothers, our grandfathers, our fathers, and let's reconsider this insensitive decision. You see, Galamseyers is a canker nationwide. Kwabre is a community that has a lot of gold down there. But the opinion leaders, the chiefs, the clergy, every person who has something to say in this community, we have tried to hold the constituency from the menace of Galamsey. Try to make sure that people get other things to do so they don't muddy our waters and our land, our vegetation. So really, now that this thing is heading towards this direction, now the farmers are threatening us. We have been pleading with them that we don't want the Galamsey because we know the repercussions that the Galamsey brings into the community. As we were working here, I'm sure you saw some rivers down there. Very clean. Can you imagine what would have been if Galamsey was to be present? So we are pleading with them that we shouldn't venture into that area. But once we are pleading with them, the president and his cabinet and his government must sit up again and come out with something good. So that we will be able to preserve the vegetation, preserve the environment, preserve our water bodies in Kwabre East. We don't want to welcome that canker called Galamsey in our constituency. But where it is going, now all my cocoa farmers here are telling me that it appears to be more profitable to do Galamsey than to do cocoa farming. And this is not a good sign. This is not good for the community. This is not good for the nation in general. So I'm calling on all Ghanaians, let us impress upon the government to do the right thing for our farmers so that we will be able to preserve the environment that we have. Otherwise, the president's fight for Galamsey, which so far has become a rhetoric, will continue to be a rhetoric.
Ghana Kasa.
Business. Galamsey. Aba no wanhwe say e betwa koko na gudi aye Galamsey ti onimsu a onfo amabo ni nyina da bia eda no a anya sade a obeti yanka say e twa koko na gu Galamsey for aba betu koko ni nyina metu ni nyina ngu wo mo fantu Galamsey ababo aya che se ebe kwa kodua koko na ebe duta ma ye pesika dia ya adwuma na ye masku ko nyina ye basa e se koko a ewo wiase nyina esei ya ye ya adwuma se ye beton ye koko ni nyina na ye dia tu Galamsey ye tia sama do afuo Egudi aye Galamsey ti onimsu a onfo amabo ni nyina da bia eda no a
na mo 20 years isi mo 40
Blackpot eno so aye koko yare no bia eba koko.
Manu lisam atudwa wo mo ya
Ghana Kasa.
And then so one more yak bear 400. Engineer they are
yes, me do kuku na say me start ay kuku adwuma no. na mo 20 years sisi mo 45 years timdi hura kokɔ adwuma 25 years ni ado yafu ho nti sɛ aban bɛti akrafo sika so deɛ no wɔnte adwumayɛfo aban yubayɛfo nyina sika so ne nyina sɛ ne manya yɛsi tobi ne nyina yɛ nyepɛ sɛ wobɛti kokɔ sika so kokɔ so ɛhwɛ ɔman na sɛ wobɛti so na yɛ meme abɛyɛ adwuma mo 25 years bɛburo te sɛ me a wɔsɛ ka me so mitimi ɛkɔmani mu no me sɛ ata ba machi na adwuma wɔsɛ migyae na me kokɔ me tɔn de ma galamsey foro mu tu na me gyi sika nam so kɔbɔ me bra nti enu tema mani abre me ti sase me wura na me yini onti se na ntiri sia me hwe TV a na mai bi o mo se so wona o ifre no bula fi di kakra wo ka se e wo se akuafo ti ase na aban ti kokoo ni so na wo se wontimi ntum krampa na ye mi sika na nka hwa o de mfi mensa kura no a na wontimi ntum a my price no enka ho a be say my arrangement ya medibi to remember school fees nti ekowie say ya na akran school fees me dey na kutua me so me di mani ato say me kokua me dey hwe me ma nti awo say galamsey no yeton kokua na dey galamsey last year me sika maaye me ko catch no ho a wo say aban fa sika maaye until say ya te say mate say ya te kokua sika so but you could watch so ska kra say me kwa kwaje kra na up to ska na mai no de me akran say market ka kra bi so no mo enu ayi am de koto nchene kra yi me de ko ayi koko share ya ese ska ni ho ese me de koko ni twi amako na me de di ma besi nti o man yi de akrafo na ban obebo ayen obedada ye papa am boye bako esi ya mbeti ska koto enuro ade begu kokoo so na afi so na sese wo so utɔ na ma bisa nso a wo se wasa ate so na me kwa na me bai nti me sere ese me be gada kokoo krafo nyina be demonstration kɛseɛ paa tia aban no sɛ ne ɔde akrafo yɛ no enye wo se ne ma yɛfo ofro ka afro fa yɛ gye no ana yɛ gye emu a yetoi emu tuji mi mu bi egu sakin kura nu sa 5 kilo no 65 cedis enye de onumu a ate de wo we gari kura ewoti sesene no so ho enti na da na aban be da akuafo no wo hu se o ka se ye short memory ampa every 2 months bia mi guso ze mpese kokoo ne so emam se o ka se wo twen aban enuru a kokoo be sei ti mia mi bisika koto nuru no every 2 months bia no mi guso ti afekora mi guso be pre empre be se nsia kwala bo nsia be babo baku bia no se mi gu kokoo ene se ka mi guso a maboko abul time to
Ghana kasa.
Aha, kokoo from ne be sen ekasen na.
Midin de afia pokuya. Mi do kokoo fo wo bonkana. Ya oba besia ma do eka miensa. Ya mea na migusu a meye.
How ben na?
Awa mi fesie ne se. Emra ye beto aba no. Omampani John Mahama ebe dada ye se obetu kokoo numu kese pa maye enti e maame so me yire me ho pa se me yiye me kokoo fuo no eyie na eduru se eso a me so manya bi na me de ahwe me ma afa ye to aba ni wie ya ye ye beti ane se wo se wate kokoo no eso emra Omampani akufuado edia wodi tu moma yere ka makora se wote so kura anka omampani de ne de anka wonfa maye omampani dada akufuado de ne anka wonfa maye no kura wasate ni nyina firi so ya se school kura me makwa ne ye ko school a wo mo jiska ye to books minya ska ɛna me de akwa akoto boots no enkora no kwam so no ɔba sɛma ma me ye nidi ye nya aduane enni ye didi ayeme enti no ni nyina akoye me dadwene enti sɛ ha me pa ha me enti o mampani so sɛ wɔte kokɔ no so a ye de ye mpene ɛne wɔn tie adwumayɛfo nyina akatua so wɔn no wɔn wɔ parliament wɔ no wɔn ti obi akatua so ɛnyɛ saa no de ɛnya de sɛ ye bɛpene nyɛ saa ye kokɔ no ye de bɛma Galamseyfoɔ na wɔn abɛtɔ asase na ma ye ni kokɔ no ne anya bi ahwɛ ye ma ɛdura ye di gu so ɛmai kane so ɔmampani kofo no ɔfa nkrɔfo a na wɔn gu kokɔ so ɛde ma ye omutimi guso bɛ mpere miensa bosome bɛ mienu no omo guso sese ye hunu hwe bibia ni wa ye hunu enti sese amaya ho kyire ye pa ye didie mo aye den osoro wase watete ne ma so emo a enye de ene ya teso emo papa ne de ye nte so sese wo firi ha na wo kokumase a ebu a ye de na noa na ye de osoro nso wase watete niema so wate petro so yensu ye hunu hwe enti how de ye fa bi mo pa wo ye abeboa ye ne se spray na ne eguso no on sanfa mra ena afi nso won fa ye sika wate so no on fa ya de mre ye na ye nya bi nhwe ye ma enya sa de a enya de se ye bepene ye mprenya.
Yes. Kwabre East. Safo. Ena yako na yako tie kuafo a ewo ho aba. Edoso. Ye ni kakra na e dia mamo. Your comments what by benya butona kenkan nya dia mati. You can leave it around. Na koso na share videos no. Na o share na o like my na afin so subscribe and so subscribe no be part of us. Yeren komo be si na yami adwa wia the best so share chief technician that boat junior bonu chidom cover by oheme ohene echampon ona so yasen Royal and College of Health obo come share no more Dibia meka se wopese ukọ ekoginimdie na oba out ebe adwuma ewo pomdia so ye dia bebi e be kan fama ho ene Royal and College of Health nimdie ho sabi obuo ene nibia ohia wabrabom so ho enti ukoginimdie opia bonten no obra na wo bo ni nyina mu no owo anidie ni obuo e de mampanefo adwuma efo a wono enam nyina antihyɛ ne so sɛ wode ho ebehim bi papaapa enroll yourself welcome and share no more at the same bind the abide ma titru on the nursing part no one so Royal ana onyapi service obenyapi but without rotation posting obenyapi tidie na aka hostel mianim ni ugro ho a one year school kra baka say obeka ho abobra kakra ko na beboa ho afi Apple GH Transport Incorporation so hyen a urutu kwan a utumi sampa we save ankasa edo ko na do abasuntwem utumu a utumi say yes saka ebidi de bi achi enye de boy minimum otese bia boy minimum da bi air condition na mo ho se uwo bibia etimi se nti open fridge da shimo aka na ankasa fridge wom nti nsuo de ne enka moko na muduru ba bi a etimbe ni na mu na ye mama no de we de gisa dupre mu na onya no ba bi a se Apple GH Transport Incorporation odaruma se ba bi a beso oko ofre ya e ba yoso na edo akọ edo apa mo han a e de be ma $1 say this is the time I expect Canada Japan support to come and fight for us as a fight we ho na fi $1 so congratulations to Dr. Muhammad Baumia. $1 say John Ibu Mama has filled but na Ibu ndi flavor some ya tiba bi adwene ho a John Ibudie Wadaruma the John Dramani Mama, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana. So now can I say